All right, hey guys, what's up? It's Tim with the Juice, and I'm excited to do the weekly overview for the upcoming week, August 20th to the 26th, and go over the training. I'm going to spend a few minutes going over this, but I'm actually going to switch our screens here in a second and show you something new I'm bringing you for this coming week. You'll have it going forward. It's included in everything you're doing. I'm just wanting to bring more value and more options for you and your facility for the programming. As you can tell, I like to be really detailed in the programming. I also know we have to make sure what hits the ground is able to be implemented for your people, for your coaching staff. So with that in mind, we have our weekly stuff here. I'm actually going to switch screens really quickly, and if you follow along, we're going to go over our normal, let's say our regular, the daily video lesson plans, the word I'm looking for. So we have these, and if you look at the stuff, there's our general warm-up, specific warm-up, skill prep for the first part. Maybe this one has some skill-based training here, and then our conditioning or training block B. If we look at Thursday, you can tell Thursday's not too impacted because Grace is a short workout, hopefully, right? Friday we have a superset on the first part, back squats and rope climbs, and then we have one set every 3 minutes here. So it's good stuff. As you can see, hopefully the results have been really great for you. But I also wanted to make something more streamlined for gyms. It's the same programming, the same exact progressions we're using. It's not different. It's not dumbed down. It's not ineffective. It's not thing. But I'll show you what I mean. With that, we'll go to what I'm calling the Streamlined Facility Programming here. And hopefully this is the doc. What you'll see is here on Wednesday, so the first part, we're going from warm-up. We have a little more time on the warm-up and more time on a specific warm-up here because we took out part A, and that part A that day was skill-based. I think it was hollow rock to pistols, Zercher lunges, etc. because we have a longer workout that day. We're going to spend more time on the prep and efficiency parts for that conditioning piece. So that day is just going to be training block A. Really just the same conditioning, same stuff. If you look at Thursday, because that day is pretty short, high on technique already, it's pretty much exactly the same here. If you look at Friday, we took out the rope climbs as part of an accessory portion to part A, so it's just back squats. The rope climbs, rope pulls are still in the warm-up, and there's going to be more time, let's say now, for prep for part B. We changed part B from one set every 3 minutes to a 10-minute AMRAP. So again, it's going to be really the same energy systems we're targeting, the same work, but instead of hitting that in an interval system, we'll be doing that just in a straight-through AMRAP. So as you can tell, there's a little more time for setup if needed. Maybe you have a lot more people coming in through the challenge, or you just want to break down the movements more. That's great. We're trying to make sure you're taken care of here. The class still runs with a good cadence and tempo, but you also have the time to go through what you need to do to get everyone ready. You're going to get both of these, and here's how to use it. You're going to get both of them. You can totally live in one and say, hey, this one's way better for us. You still get fitness, performance, sport programming with all of it. Obviously, performance is kind of right down the middle, RX, CrossFit, classic type approach there. So that would be, if you just wanted really to go really streamlined, you just wanted the one workout, I would just go performance down the middle. You may look at both days and say, hey, on this day, this makes more sense for us. On this day, this makes more sense for us. Let's say we have a lot of weightlifters and everyone's good on the weightlifting skill. We're really good there. Gymnastics days, maybe we need to spend more time working on basic points of performance. Maybe that day you could choose that. I think that would work really well also. Before I was labeling things kind of optional in there if they didn't fit so well. But now they're right there for you. So that is something new I'm bringing to you. Again, it's already included in everything we're doing. I just want to make sure you have it all. Now, let's go to the overview video for the coming week. Next week, as you can tell, is testing week here. So we are building up right now. It's going to be heavier sets of stuff. We're working closer to singles to max, closer to heavier reps here. So we have our OLE and strength speed work and our CP endurance, really a strength and just in leg endurance on part A and B and C here. For Monday with the unbroken wall balls, we're building up to Karen next week and 1 rep cleans, right? So we're building up on that. We're doing a shoulder press endurance circuit here for the first part, and then lactic power intervals. And what's that building up to? We're building up to a strict handstand push-up density piece, some strict pull-ups, and then a one-time through lactic power tester, right? We work the intervals, and then the test is coming up. So you can see how those two fit together. On Wednesday, it's a long, some structural work to start off here, and then just long mixed aerobic single leg lunging work, hinging and kettlebell swings and grip and core and total bar. And that's building up to a repeat tester from the start of the cycle here for the 20-minute AMRAP and the 8 rep max each leg rear foot elevated split squat, or 1 rep max pistol each leg we did at the start of the cycle, and those are labeled for you here to look at when we redid those. And then on this next day, on Thursday, we're working snatch technique and grace for some battery work. And now we're going here. It's going to be a tough set this week to the 3-position power snatch. And then Isabel, not one that comes up often. So we've been working a lot of reps on that to get people ready for Isabel. It's definitely one of the harder benchmarks coming up. But next month, I'm going to be trying to work on Amanda even harder. So we're definitely going and working these pieces together as we build apart, then work them in. Finally, the last 2 days on this cycle, we're doing heavy sets of 5 back squats and then some aerobic power, trying to make pull-ups and overhead squats really consistent. And it's going into a hero workout of Daniel there for Labor Day weekend, and a tough set of 5 back squats. And then here, as the last part, you'll see a split jerk with a pause and the dip, making that really challenging, and then some aerobic muscle endurance work here. It's going to go to a 1 rep split jerk, and then a fun, one of my favorite little unnamed workouts. I don't have a name for it. Maybe I'll find a name by next week for you guys here. But we used to compare it to JT, that it was like just shoulder burnout, man. You're trying to go, can't get it there. So that's an overview of this week, and really next week how it flows into the testers, and you can look at that and be like, here's how that's me navigating Monday, Tuesday to get there to these testers. And these ones obviously build up to our big ones next month, even though the training's a little different days, different priorities to help make sure it's fresh. At the same time, we're still building on skills that take time. That's upcoming week. I'm going to give it to you in the daily video lesson plans. And again, you're going to be able to choose from the regular training, exactly what you've been doing, or the streamlined version, right? Again, if you're someone that maybe has a lot of people coming in through challenge and on-ramp, or you have a day you go, hey, I know I'm coaching solo most of my days here. Monday we have 2 coaches every class. Tuesday we're rolling solo. That may be a good time to go streamlined there. Or just if you want to say, that's something that your gym needs to break down more in there, break it down, take the time. We're trying to build bigger blocks in that for coaching and setup. So that's up to you. If there's anything more you guys want, let me know. I'm happy to help. Thanks so much. Let's get into the lesson plans. Thanks.